Hi, I'm Dana Brooks of Fasig Brooks, and I'm talking with my law partner, Jimmy Fasig, today, and we are following the news like everybody else, and we are concerned about the coronavirus disease that is caused by that people are dying from, and particularly in China, but it's extending beyond that into other Asian countries, and then of course we all travel, so
yes,
people have asked us, if I get this thing and I make somebody sick, what's my liability? Can I be sued?
Is it possible that somebody could sue me?
Because so many people, they travel for work.
Yeah.
They have to work or they don't get paid. And so, like so many of us, especially our moms who suck it up, you know, a lot of times when we're sick, we plow through because everybody's dependent on us. But when it comes to something like this, you need to take your health seriously because you're putting everybody else in jeopardy. What do you think about it?
I think the answer to the question is that yes, if you have the coronavirus and if you know you have it and you do not take reasonable care to prevent yourself from spreading it to other people, you could be held legally liable for spreading the coronavirus. So the rule is, this is a general basic tenet of tort law, which is the duty of reasonable care. Every human being has a duty of reasonable care for every other human being. So let's say you've got
like if you have AIDS and you have you know, unprotected intercourse with someone and they get the virus. There's a lot of law on that. That's been that's been going on for many years. You can't knowingly put somebody's health at risk when you know you have a particularly very dangerous health condition.
So, but what we're talking about now is what they call the reasonable man standard. The reasonable man standard for it really should be the reasonable person standard.
I'm sure they'll get around to it.
Yeah, they haven't changed it, I don't think, in law school yet. But it's the duty of a reasonable care is the level of care that a reasonably careful person would use under the circumstances. So that would be a fact specific for every single case.
Yes, like if I know I have it, I have a diagnosis of it, but I have got one important meeting and I'm not feeling terrible right now, and I think maybe they're wrong, and I get on that plane, that controlled little tube where we're all breathing each other's air, and I'm on there, and next thing you know, a bunch of people are sick, they've gone into their communities, made a bunch of, I mean, this could just really get way out of hand very quickly, as you're seeing in the news. You know, that kind of person is the kind of person who's looking at some exposure here.
Yep, I agree with that. And so what I would recommend for anybody that gets diagnosed is to take very careful measures to make sure that you don't spread it. Quarantine yourself to the greatest extent possible. Get the masks, and my understanding is that the masks don't really protect you that much, but they're really protecting other people that you might spread it to.
And get off the internet fringe sites and go to things like National Institutes of Health and Centers for Disease Control and people who are putting out trustworthy information. Don't go to these fringe anti-vaccination sites. That's not giving you good information, and you have to look at whose interests are served by those things. So be very careful what you listen to whenever somebody shows you an article. Make sure it's something that's peer reviewed, that's done by supported by science. That's very important. Somebody asked me, well, what if we had somebody who was coming to work, or what if we knew there was a vaccination against it? Can we tell our employees, you must be vaccinated to come to work? These are all very interesting issues. How much can you infringe on somebody's freedom and their free will just because you want to keep other people safe? The government can do it. Can we private employers and private actors do it? These are all very interesting questions. So keep this in mind as you're watching the news, but remember, put your health and the health of other people before making money or showing up or continuing whatever it is that you think is a greater priority, because there's nothing more important than your health.
And don't be surprised if you see some lawsuits coming out for people that have spread the coronavirus.
And that's not because somebody's looking for a lottery ticket. It's not because there's a bunch of greedy lawyers out there. It's because if there's no accountability for that, we'll get more of it.
Yeah, absolutely. So
thank you for watching.